Welcome everyone, this is Madman bringing another RSL video. So today we're coming to the close here of CvC with personal rewards. As you can see up here, we got just over 2 hours left. So how am I looking? Free to play. This is a 100% free to play now. It is 11,100 account. But you're going to be surprised. I haven't spent a dime. Haven't used as much energy as you think. And not really that much in the way of gems. But first off, shout out to Swartzius, one of my clanmates. He has a paper guide that you can read, and I will link below so you can go look at his. And he kind of helped. I could do quite a bit as free to play, but he helped to where, you know what, you can kind of maximize and tweak that and get a little better. I've done one before from the last personal rewards 3v3, but I wanted to do one that's a little more quicker, kind of get just straight down dirty to the point. So let's go right ahead. Let's see where we stand. We got an hour and 3 minutes left. We are winning, so we are probably going to get the personal rewards and we've already gotten the max amount out of the clan rewards. So where do we stand? Well, there we are. Free to play, 352,000 points. Oh, there's my main. Low spend, mainly gem pack and forge pass. Occasionally, if they have that really good deal on the gems, I'll buy that. Or there's something I really need some extra energy, I might buy that. But otherwise, don't spend that much on that account. Definitely not anymore. But so I'm running two accounts, both of them over 350,000. That just kind of puts it in perspective. How did I achieve this? Well, we're going to go in here and objectives, and most of it's going to be in here. Champion objectives, right? 10,000 for a legendary, 20,000 bonus, so 30,000 total if it's a new legendary. All right, what did I save? I saved Pythion. Only reason I saved him though is because I had Duchess, but I saved Pythion from his fusion, and I knuckled down, did what I needed to do. It was painful, but I got Lydia done, but didn't pull her. I'm like, I can live with where I'm at in my account right now. When they announced they were pushing personal rewards back, that was definitely a kick in the pants. But you know what? It is what it is. I saved what I could save, but I didn't save exactly everything. But anyway, just pulling those two champs, that's 60,000 points right there. Rank them up from 5-star up some points there, and then upgrading them to 6-star is another few more thousand points there. And then I did have to run some potion keeps, but you ascend them 50, 100, there's 400, that's 900, that's 1900, 4400 points per. So 8,800 points to take Pythion and Lydia all the way up to 6-star ascended. That's quick and easy. I mean, what, 10 seconds? If that. To pull them, 10 seconds. If that, to level them up, take a little bit longer, but you could do it 10 seconds, 20 seconds too, if you want to do it with just brews. But I actually brewed them a little bit and then ran them through campaign. So, but where are we at? 70, 80,000 points there already. Haven't even done that much. And then skills. 3,000 for legendary tome. I used 20 legendary tomes this go around. There's another 60,000 points. I used 22 epic tomes. There's another 22,000 points. So, boom. I'm already at 150,000 points. I haven't done anything, and I haven't spent more than 10 minutes, minus the time it took to level them up through campaign. Already at 150,000 points. So there you go. Another big thing. I saved up my all my arena battle tokens and stuff. And I took one thing up to 9 and then 10. So there's 8,500 points. Then I have still, sadly, I'll show it to you later. But there's a bunch of level 2 and level 3 stuff. So at least 10, if not 12,000 points came from Great Hall there. and that didn't take but a few minutes either. So there's the easy stuff, quick and easy as long as you save those resources. Campaign, not too much. You're running 40, but you do quite a few runs there, so you're going to get some from campaign. But I didn't run a lot of campaign. I did have to run some potion keeps. Most of that is the white potion keep, but you can see that's 4,800 points there. Didn't run any Minotaur, but I'm dying to do it. I don't think I ran any Dragon. I ran a little bit Fire Knight, but because that was one of the clan quests. And then I did run a fair amount of Spider. On this account, only Spider 20. So I was only getting 200 points. Yeah, I probably should have grabbed the other 300 and sucked up the extra 2 energy for doing that. But you know what? I'll do my thing my way. You do it your way. If you can run 25, great. If you can run 20, great. You got to figure out what you need to do. Could I got more points? Yes, I could have done that. Faction Wars. Okay. I was fortunate this go round that, I saved my Faction War from the night before. Didn't do any the night before. So I got 3 turns in of Faction Wars. So there's 6,000 points. 6,000? Yeah. 12,000 plus points there. And then, of course, I run the other stage, stage 9. So that's 100 points. So what are we talking? Like 14,000 points total over the three sets that I ran. So those were easy, but they do take some time. Arena, you do what you can in Arena. I'm farming gold 5, but I pushed hard because it was one of my missions towards Romantu, and finally made it to silver 4. Gold is obviously way better, but silver 4, you get 555 points per 3 team battle or whatever. So what I did is I saved all 20 battles from the night before, plus I spent 15 gems. 15 gems is pretty cheap to do another 10 battles. Especially, you set the one-man defense, and then you're going to be facing a lot of one-man defenses. So I did 30 runs that first morning, 30 runs after reset that night, and I did only 20 runs today. I could run another 10 runs, but I don't need to. So why waste resources if you don't? As you can see, we're in the lead. Now, we were behind for a good portion most of yesterday. We took the lead briefly. We were back behind this morning, and then we, late this morning, early this afternoon, we took the lead and just slowly grew it to where we're at now. Demon Lord, you get your points from claiming the chests. See, for the chests, not fighting, for claiming the chests. So try and do all your 4 keys the day before. If you can, do all 6 keys. Beyond getting max chest, you don't need to spend 6 keys unless it takes more than that to get all the rewards. But it's still not that much. Clan boss is not that much. You can make that up other ways. As you can see, just over 2,000 points in gear. I didn't upgrade much gear. So where did a lot of come from? Well, of course, the books and all of that. Between the books, pulling the legendary champs, ascending them, just running those few up to level 6, we're at roughly 200,000 points. So where did roughly the other 150,000 come from? Spider. I ran a fair amount of Spider, not a crazy amount, but a damn fair amount. And the other came from the Forge. Now, depending on what you're farming, I'm farming mainly 5 and 6 star. So 20 or 50 points there for rare stuff, and then 50 and 100 for epic, and then 200 and 500 for the legendary. Now, I had some charms, so I want to say the lethal and maybe a little bit of bolster. Since it's free to play, I don't have a lot of that, and I don't buy the Forge Pass on this account. But I did use some of the charms to kind of get a little bit better. when it's all said and done, I did at least 1,000 pieces to maybe 1,200. That's what I did. That's where a good portion of the points came from. So big points from the Forge, big points from Spider, depending on where you can farm. And then, of course, pulling champs, especially new legendary champs, is best. Epics will give you some points. Books will give you a lot of points. Bulk of your points are going to come from things that are quick for the most part. 3v3, that's a toss-up. It can take some time, but then some of those one-man defenses can literally take under a minute to do all three. Boom, 550 points. That's damn quick. If you can do all three under a minute, that's a lot of points easy. But you can't just, as free-to-play, spend all the gems of the world and keep doing it. You could potentially save up, some of, if you're a low spender, you could save up some 3v3 little token bags or whatever they are. But you're not going to be able to save too many. They're going to disappear pretty quick as free-to-play. So you're going to have to spend some gems to do that. But it's good points. The other downside, though, is they got to hit you, because once you start getting up to yellow, you start seeing a lot less one-man defenses. And that's the whole thing. You got to set a one-man defense so you can fight a one-man defense. So we'll go look at that stuff real quick. But this number was a little over 8,400. It was like 8,472 or something like that. But then also running Faction Wars would have pushed that a little bit higher. So I ran a lot of Forge, as you can see. No 5/6 star in Defiant, none in Bolster, none in Instinct. There's one in Lethal, that's from tonight. Fortitude, nothing. Guardian a little bit, that was from tonight as well. Bloodthirst, none. I cleared those out. Frostbite, Fatal, Untouchable, Affinity Breaker. Now I still got some Perception left. That's backup. Don't use it all if you don't have to. Resilience, I did quite a bit, but I always like to save some, because you never know when you're going to get that stupid mission or whatever, advanced mission of make a resilience, make a perception. So if you run yourself out, now I got other little stuff. You want to, if you want to just do it to get some coin, here's my recommendation, right? So you see these 316 for 3/4 star or 4/5 star, and then 24. Don't do the 3/4 star unless you just got a huge high number. Remember, you're using Magisteel, but you're only using one there, whereas you're using 3 here, and then you'd be using 5 here. But you choose the 4/5, and this is if you don't value 5-star anymore, and you just want to make some coin real quick. Do 10 at a time, sell it all. 10 at a time, sell it all, until you get down to 24. Don't take this number below 24. You won't be able to do the 24. So whatever that number is, don't take this number below that, or you won't be able to do it, because, this resource here is now here. And if you used it all up, then you won't have it, because you need it to make the 5-star, 6 stars. So there's where you can get a lot of points. You can, if you want to look back at my previous video, I kind of go over what the averages are per like 100 pieces or something like that, of how many points you can get. It roughly doing 100 for me, because I'm selling all the 5-star with the exception of maybe speed boots that are legendary, and crit damage gloves, and only if they got crit rate substat in there. And then the speed boots, it depends whether, it might be crit rate or crit damage substats. Maybe it's HP of defense, maybe it's accuracy, depending on the set and what I think I need or whatever. And then also, though, when it is 5-star, it better be at the tops, So if it's, speed boots, it better have 6% HP, not 4. 4 or 5, too bad, it's gone. At 6. And then I'll, roll it up to like level 4, say it hit HP, and I get at least, a 5 or 6 out of it, so I'm at 11 or 12%. Then I'll keep going. Otherwise, if I hit 4%, it low rolled, it's gone, right? But, if you're already starting at a low roll in the hole, get rid of it. Now, if you're at a point in your account where you still need 5-star gear, then by all means. So, and it will take you longer though to purge the gear as you go through it. But for me, it's mainly 6-star, and even at the 6-star stuff, I'm looking. It depends. I might still keep the low stat stuff if the substats, like, okay, it's 5% crit rate instead of 7 on a 6-star piece, but it's also got crit damage and accuracy, and that's desirable, and perception, or maybe it's crit damage gloves with crit rate, substat, and speed and accuracy, even though you don't necessarily need accuracy on a damage dealer or whatever, but you might. Or maybe it's crit rate, speed, and defense, or HP, but they're good step stats that are going to match, and one of them's on the low side, maybe even 2 are on the low side. I still might keep it rolled up, see how it goes. That doesn't hurt. Anyhow, I don't want to ramble on too much longer there. So Forge is a good way to get points. I built up my silver FGC. I haven't really used it. I was at about, I want to say 5 to 7 million, and I'm up to 48 million in coin. That's mainly from the Forge. Some of it, of course, is selling those lower artifacts from Spider as well. But I probably only did maybe 300 to 500 runs of Spider over the 48-hour or so period. So not a whole lot of Spider run. I still got extra energy. So I got energy for day, so I haven't claimed these 2 things. I did use the Ascend energy, and I want to say the upgrade to rank 4 energy from the weekly, but the monthly, I've had this for about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 days now, and I haven't used it. I haven't used the advanced from today either. Now, of course, I did tap into that from last night and the night before I'd saved it, so I have used some energy, but not crazy amounts. I even still got the daily login energy, so I didn't go nuts with the energy. Now, I did come here to the clan shop, and I did suck up the 1,000 worth of energy that you could get, so I did use that up, and my gems were about 3,900, so roughly 600 gems. 30 of those went into 3v3, so the rest of them went into energy to either farming Spider, farming the potion keeps. Some of it sadly had to go into farming Sand Devil, because for whatever reason I keep leaving myself short going into CvC on that, so I had to farm that so I could get the extra daily energy or whatever. But another thing real quick with the objectives, of course I think I already mentioned it, the gear. I didn't level that much gear up, so the good thing about that is we're at 46 minutes and going here, and of course you see that I'm at 350,000, and of course where are we at? We're still winning, right? We are still winning by well, they're closing a gap, but we're still winning by 700,000 with 40 something minutes. So I'm still monitoring this, even though it's 3:15 in the morning for me. So it's real early in the morning, and I'm old, so not a good thing. But anyway, I've saved all that coin because starting tomorrow, artifact enhancements coming up. I'd like to use that. If I needed to, though, it's there. I got artifacts to roll up. In fact, I even got some in the overflow. As you can see, 51. This is the only thing. So I got 50 artifacts sitting here in the overflow to look into, as well as what I've got already obviously maxed out at 1,300 there in the account. So I've got the coin and all that. So I've got some backup resources. I also, it's not much, but I got 2 epics that I could pull as well. And I don't have any more legendary tomes, but I still have some epics, and of course the rares if need be. So I've got a little backup reserve stuff, and if I really get desperate, I got quite a few shards here. Doesn't mean I'll necessarily get any legendaries. In fact, I could pull all these and guarantee you, the way my luck goes, there could be not a 1 damn legendary. In fact, there'd probably only be about 10, maybe 15 epics. That's the way my luck goes. But I don't need to on the free to play. I've got plenty of champions that I still need to work on. God, I love it when you click on something and it goes to the wrong spot. You know, as you can see here, all these 50s. Now, I don't necessarily prioritize all these 50s going up to 6-star, and I've got a few here, not as many, a few maybe in the vault that I might want to do, and even one or two. Acoth and Phoenix are pretty much the only ones in the reserve vault that I want to get to at some point as well. But, you know, I'm free to play, so I don't have all the resources in the world to be upgrading to 6-star. I don't have the books to be booking them all, and I don't have the gems and or the energy to be running their masteries, and I run their masteries through Minotaur. I don't buy them with gems. It's free to play. I don't have gems out the wazoo. Now, time-wise, let's look at this time-wise. The big time-consuming things, if you do run it, Doom Tower can eat up your time. If you're running through hard, and you're like me, you know, running through hard, this could take 30 minutes and then another 30 minutes to, say, farm Dark Fae and use up all the keys. But that gear is worth it to me. You may not want to run that at all. You're on normal, it might go faster, but it depends on where your count level is. So Doom Tower can definitely eat some time, and it doesn't give you any points. But it will give you those resources for the Forge, and hopefully good resources that will help your count along. Clan Boss. Clan Boss can eat some time. You might be forced to do a Hydra, like I had to do at least one Hydra key today, so that ate some time. My Clan Boss runs, at least for Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare, typically run 20 to 30 minutes long. Now, with my clan, I do it because I have the time to spare, plus since I'm running 2 accounts. While this count, say, is running Clan Boss, the other count I'm sitting there concentrating on maybe running Arena, or 3v3 Arena, maybe Campaign, or Dungeon, or whatever, but something over there where I need to have my focus over on that account more often than not, and this can just sit there kind of run in the background, and then I'll swap over, run Clan Boss on that account, and do the Arena or whatever stuff that I need to concentrate on this account, and kind of swap back and forth. That's how I manage my time between 2 accounts. But Clan Boss doesn't actually give you a whole lot of points, but the rewards are definitely worth it, because those books, you need those books and all that, so don't skip. At least get Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare done if you can. If you can. And get as many as you can done the night before, because it's based on claiming the rewards. But Clan Boss can be a big time sucker. The other area that sucks up some time is Faction Wars. Let's see, Dark Elves here. 7 minutes. That's not quick. I mean, 2 minutes is reasonable. 7 minutes is not quick, and that's my best time. So 8, 10, it could be 12 minutes is my average time or whatever. Now I do the, I forgot what they called it, but where you double up, so that I only have to do 2 runs, and then I'll do a run on level 9 to try and get to maximum points. Like I said, I was fortunate that all 6 or something where I could do stage 21 this time. Still not a whole maximum amount of points, but it's definitely beneficial to take that time to run as high level as you can, because you get the higher rewards. The higher rewards you get, the more 5 and 6-star. It's also a higher number of rewards too. That's more 5 and 6-star stuff in the Forge, and the Forge is where you can make up a lot of points pretty damn quick. It will take some time, but then you're doing a mass amount. But this can eat up some time, so this could take up half an hour or longer of your time, especially doing the 2. But run your Faction Wars, try and get as far as you can. And then the last one that can take some time is 3v3 Arena. Now, if you're like me, I was fortunate enough, and man, did I grind my ass off, especially considering I don't have the greatest Great Hall and I don't have the greatest nukers, of running, and got myself to silver 4. And then once got in there, set 1-man defenses, so this actually dropped down to the red, and then I can run these 1-man defenses. And even this could take 2 or 3 minutes to do all this, or it could take under a minute, but it's 555 points each time I do a battle. I will spend the 15 gems, and I did. I saved the 20 from the night before, and that first morning I ran the 20, spent another 15 gems to do 30. I did the same thing after reset, and then I just ran 20 tonight. So I did a total of 80 battles, and that's 40,000 points right there. But that can eat up some time there, depending on how long your battles go. Or you get one of those stupid annoying UDKs that are slower than Christmas in Stone Skin, and you don't have a bomber, so you're just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for him to finally take a damn turn and then wear off the Stone Skin so you could kill him. Why people do that, I don't know. They're just a nuisance. I mean, if you're gonna be like that, might as well just set the 4-man freaking defense in the first place. But this could eat some time, or it could be quick. It's a crapshoot. Same with arena, depending on how good you are in arena. I can do 5. Some battles I can do fairly easy, even though they're a full team. And then, of course, I like to set a 1-man defense if I can, so I can farm 1-man defenses and make things pretty quick in arena too. But regular arena does not get near as many points, but still needs to be done because you need that Magistill and stuff. All right, so there we go. There was one other last thing I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, we're Great Hall, pitiful. But I took this up from 8 to 10 today, and then I took all these up from 2 to 3, and a couple of these, 1 or 2, maybe 3 of them I took up to 3. I think everything else was at least at 2. But I finally got my 6 for the missions completed up to level 10 there, and now I can start slowly working the rest of this to blue and then get whatever. But my Great Hall is not that great, so I have to make up with the gear or champions and stuff to do some of the higher stuff. But I am level 100. This is, remember, free to play, and for the longest time I basically just kind of ran the minimums to fill in and kill time on my main account's sitting there in some long battle or whatever. So this did get quite neglected, but then I started to pull a few good champs, so I went ahead and kept with it. And I'm a year and 10 months into it on this account. But I don't want to ramble long. I wanted to make this even shorter than it already is, so there you go. 350,000 plus points. I still got room to spare if I want to, but you don't want to go too high that next thing you know we're facing a mega whale or mega krakens next go round for personal rewards and we just get slaughtered. You don't want that. You want to win, but you don't want to go so far that you push yourself and into a bracket or whatever where now you're facing the bigger teams that are willing to spend and whatever amount of money it takes, and they got the money to spend it. I don't have that kind of money. I do have time, but I don't have that kind of money. So manage your time. Spider's best, generally. Whatever dungeon you can farm the fastest, even though dragon is the worst payout odds. But if you can farm, most people can farm spider fast. Do your clan boss stuff, even though it does take time. You may want to skip Doom Tower because it doesn't give any points. Try not to do Hydra if you don't have to. I don't think Iron Twins or Sand Devil gives you any points, so try and have that stuff done or whatever. It depends on how much time you got. I got all the time in the world. If you got real life obligations, you got to work, family, projects, whatever, you only got a limited amount of time, then some things can be achieved real quick if you've prepared ahead of time. Having legendary champs that you can pull from past frags, or Doom Tower, or like Lydia. Unfortunately, that's a one-shot deal with Lydia. Same thing with, all of them, right? From the Doom Tower, or fragment champs that you've been saving. It's a one-time deal, but if you save those, quick, easy points. Books, though. Save the books if you can. Don't, shortchange your account to do it, but if you can save that, great. If you can save the gold medals for the Great Hall, great. Epic books, same with epic books. Try and farm your potions beforehand. and stuff like that. But it's really achievable. Worst case, you can pull a bunch of shards and try and line things up. Like, double dipping. I did all the books, the epic books and the legendary books yesterday, and pretty much maxed out the champion training tournament. Get that straight now. Books count in a champ training tournament. They do not count in a champ training event. In an event, you got to use brews or go through campaign, period. End of story. Brews or campaign. Or, of course, you could feed other champs. But in the tourney, the books and Ascension count. I maxed it out just between ascending them and doing the books without really doing any campaign. There was some, because I did run some campaign to get Lydia and Pythion up there, but the majority of it was already finished doing the books, so I double dipped. I got the rewards for those, and I got a bunch of points for CvC. Now, I'm not doing the superior Elhain or, whatever. She doesn't seem that superior to me, and the amount of resources they're requiring you to do it is it's gotten astronomical. It's getting ridiculous, and I'm making a stand. I'm putting my foot down, making a stand, saying no. You pushed the point levels too damn high, and I don't care if she's a void or not. Not going for it. I got enough other champs to work on, and they'll help me get through my account just fine. I'm doing pretty good as it is anyway. So it's going to depend on where your account is at, what level of stuff you can do. Not everybody's going to be able to do 350,000 points. If you can only farm stage 10 of any of the dungeons, and you can't get past level 14 boss in Faction Wars, and you're still struggling to 3 or 4 key Nightmare Clan boss, you're not going to get 300,000 points. But, if you're hitting most of at least the end of that stuff, then you can. If you can at least 2 key Ultra Nightmare, and you can do 20 or 21 on most of the Faction Wars, then you can probably hit 300, 350,000. You should at least be able to hit 200,000 points. It's a matter of saving the resources, prioritizing it, and then prioritizing your time and what's important to you. And then it can be done. Hopefully it was helpful, kind of give you an idea of the time it takes to do all this stuff, the requirements of doing all of this, but it can be fairly easily achievable. And like I said, you can see I still got extra energy. I still got gems available to me. I can still forge some more materials. I've got coin to roll up gear. That's a good way of getting a lot of points too, roll up gear. But I want to save that because the event starts tomorrow, so why not get that gear and get those rewards while that event's going on. It's free. I need to do the gear anyway, to gear Lydia and all that. Plus I want the energy because I'm going to run Lydia through Minotaur. I would run Pythion, but since I have Duchess, Pythion takes slightly backseat to Lydia. So I'm going to run her through Minotaur, and I'm going to gear her up, and then I'll probably run him through as well and gear him up, but it's going to eat a lot of my gems, and it will eat all that energy there. And it'll probably suck up all my coin too, because you'd be surprised. But I want to save all that for tomorrow, so I at least get a few little extra rewards that I can, because we all know Polarium is stingy. That all being said, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it was insightful. And of course, obviously I've proven that it can be done. But hopefully will inspire you to try and do this yourself. Go check out I will pin it, like I said, I'll pin it down below. Go check out my man's guide there, kind of written down on what all he does. This is kind of my visual interpretation of his guide there. And most of all, hopefully you enjoyed that, or at least you gained a little more insight and knowledge. But have a nice day.